How many people were on campus the other week when we had a tornado drill here? Was anybody here?
Yeah.
Okay, and we went out into the hallway and stood for 15 minutes and then came back in. Well, imagine being in your home and listening to 138-mile-an-hour winds rattling your house for 14 hours. In September of 1989, when Hurricane Hugo came ashore in Charleston, South Carolina, it came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane, almost a Category 5. It rattled the foundation of the house. It made the walls move in and out. And my husband and I decided that we would stay. We decided that we weren't going to evacuate, that we were going to ride it out. The next 24 hours were some of the most intense times in my life. Most people that have survived natural disasters say they're life-changing experiences, and this was definitely a life-changing experience for me. As I huddled in the hallway with my husband and my 2 children, under mattresses and on top of mattresses, I wondered if we were going to survive the night. And that was a big question because the walls were rattling and the roof was lifting. As Hurricane Hugo pounded the house, I had a chance to examine 3 important things in my life: my mortality, my legacy, and my future. As the storm shook and rattled the house, the first thing I faced was my mortality. I had a choice. I could either succumb to the fear. I've been in adrenaline-filled situations before, but I've never been scared to the bottom of my soul before. And I had a choice at that point in time. I could either activate my faith and strengthen my spiritual life, or I could give in to the fear. I decided to activate my faith. And I also realized that evening that I wanted more time to spend with my family and to work on my goals. This thought process led me to my legacy. If I didn't make it through the night, what was my legacy? I had a chance to examine the events in my life and the decisions I'd made, and I looked at what I was motivated by. Had my decisions been motivated by honor and courage, or by greed and ego? When I looked at my children, I saw some of my legacy. As I looked at my children, I saw the foundations of the good men that they would grow into, and I felt pretty confident about that. The final thought I had that night was my future. What was I going to do to make changes in my future? And I had a shift in priorities that night. I shifted from superficial, materialistic priorities to relationship priorities. And I wanted some quality relationships. I wanted depth and quality in the relationships that I had. And I also discovered that when my children were grown, I wanted a chance to go back to school and get my college education, which is one of the reasons I stand before you now. In conclusion, surviving Hurricane Hugo was one of the most life-changing experiences that I've ever had. It really gave me a chance to step back from my everyday life and take a look at my mortality, my legacy, and my future. If I hadn't survived that, I never would have had that opportunity. There was a lady a long time ago, most of you guys won't remember this name, but there was a lady a long time ago whose name was Mae West. And she once said that you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. That's been my philosophy since Hurricane Hugo. Thank you.